Welcome to another episode of the Alamo City Sportscast with Mike Jimenez and Joe Garcia. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Join the discussion as we broadcast live from beautiful West San Antonio. And remember to tip your hosts as it helps the show grow.
What's up, San Antonio? What's going on, South Texas? This is the Alamo City Sportscast coming at you from the west side of San Antonio. My name is Mike Jimenez. That's Joe Garcia, and I am actually out of breath right now because I ran into the building from the driveway. How's it going, Joe?
Doing good. You know what I was thinking of doing, dude? I've been looking at these ads right all over the place. They've been popping up on my feed and everything.
Yeah. Starting
next year, my New Year's resolution, I'm going to try to lose a good amount of weight.
Really?
I've been talking this over with the kids and everything, for a while. And I've actually been doing some things to kind of already set myself up for that.
Right.
So starting in January, I've already going to be talking with a nutritionist and all that. It's going to happen.
Let's do it, baby.
I'm going to get healthy.
I'm happy for you, man.
Yeah, I get healthy.
There's something about that, man. The most I've lost in the last year and 4 months or so has been about 25 pounds.
Yeah.
I yo-yoed back up and I'm on my way back down. What's weird about it is there's that range that you get into. And for me, it's a 4-pound range.
Yeah.
Where I can physically feel the 4 pounds. Like you take that 4 pounds out, you take those 4 pounds out, man, I'm a happy man.
You can feel the manteca.
Yeah, it's just weird. So, and I told my girlfriend this the other day. I was like, we go out to eat, we hang out. I am more healthy at home than I am when I go visit her. So it's just one of those things, but I'm happy for you, Joe. I was talking about this with some friends the other day about resolutions. I think I'm going to do resolutions different this upcoming year. Because most resolutions fail because they're 365 days long. But
true enough.
Why not have 12 30-day resolutions? Do a resolution at the first of every month.
Not bad.
Just something a little different, right?
Yeah.
And maybe it's to lose weight for 1 month. Maybe it's to incorporate more exercise. That's what I need to do. I've been working so much, Joe.
Don't have time.
Yeah, my training schedule has gone out the window because of that. Right now, I'm still more than 20 pounds lower than what I was when I first started.
Yeah.
I had got down to 25 pounds lost, but I'm happy for you. If you feel better, you feel different. Honestly, I just want to lose 12 more pounds.
Yeah, no, I need to lose some major weight here, but it's also going to be for health reasons, because I want to be able to. Because I have all this stuff for Christmas here, right? But once I'm done with all this, I got my new rowing machine upstairs.
Nice.
I'm going to bring it down here. And I was thinking, one of the things that I should do is as I'm working out here in the mornings before the show, maybe I'll just throw on the phone on a tripod and just go live and talk it up with the peeps.
There you go. There's nothing better, man, than just going for a walk.
Yeah. I like rowing. I like rowing.
You like the row?
Yeah, I like the rowing.
But getting your blood flowing with a 2-mile walk, 3-mile walk, that does wonders. Stop eating after a certain period of time. I mean, dieting works. Obviously, you want to have less carbs or whatever the case may be. But really, if you just do that intermittent fasting, that 14 to 16 hours, that's when I get my best results. And whenever I suddenly start to go up in weight, it's because I stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Basically, don't eat after 7. Be like a gremlin, right?
Just water.
Don't eat after midnight.
Yeah.
Don't eat after 7. You'll be perfectly fine. Then don't eat again until after the show.
Yeah.
Have that 8-hour window, maybe 12 to 8.
Yeah.
Where you can eat. You'll be fine, dude. You'll be fine. You'll just get used to it. Just become a lifestyle.
And then one of my friends, she got me a smartwatch, right, for
Nice.
Christmas present. And because I'm trying to, get healthier and all that. This morning, I went to the Chick-fil-A with my daughter, right, because she wanted breakfast. Because she's here, she came back for the Christmas break, from UTSA. And I look at my smartwatch and it says, you need to drink more water. It says you need more water. Drink more water. I'm dehydrated. Apparently.
Let's give some love out to Sam Salinas up there on our YouTube stream. You can be part of the show by doing our YouTube stream. You help direct the show. Yeah. Sam says happy birthday to his mom.
Wow.
70 years old today, and happy 67th birthday to his dad. Says that his parents have the same birthday. That's actually pretty cool.
Happy birthday. That deserves the fireworks for 70, dude. Damn. That what an accomplishment.
So Jeff Garcia was on one today. Because someone posted a photo earlier today of eating bananas with rice.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Hey, I saw that. That was Chris Leha had put it had put it out there, and I was like, "Is this Sith? Is this Elias that they're making fun of?" Because he puts ketchup on everything, even on tamales, dude. I'm like, that's disgusting. But to each his own.
Oh yeah, I have the photo of it right here.
That's disgusting.
Bananas
dude.
and rice, and they're asking the question if I had ever had that before. First of all, I like rice, I like bananas, but I've never had them combined. And Sith comes out and says, this is actually something that they eat in Puerto Rico, maybe in Cuba.
Nah, bro.
Now, here's the thing, Joe. Add pineapple to anything, I'm fine. I don't care if you add it to pizza, I'm fine. I love pineapple. Bananas I love too, but man, this got me thinking. Maybe this is good. Like, everyone's knocking it, but why knock it if you've never tried it?
Nah, I'm good. My brother-in-law, he's Polynesian, right?
Yeah.
And Polynesian authenticity or whatever, how ethnic, from that point of view. And he's made me like a dish that they make, which is like fried bananas, plantains, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty good, dude. And they have some other foods that they make, Polynesian dishes, and they're pretty good, dude.
Well, Filipinos have a lot of plantains and a lot of what they do. So that's very good, man. That's very good. I like the ethnic foods, man.
It's good stuff, man. I like trying different things.
So here's the thing, man. We have this big debate in the Jimenez family right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have a group chat among your family, but I have
we
4
do.
sisters, my brother-in-laws, my nephews, my nieces, my daughters. We're all in this group chat, right? There's like 20 of us on there.
Yeah.
And the question came up, what are we going to eat for Christmas Eve? Because, Mexicans, we don't do Christmas morning. We don't wait for Santa, right? We don't wait till
midnight,
9 a.m.
baby.
It's Christmas Eve at midnight, baby. Let's open our gifts, right? Let's make this happen. So we have a dinner typically
for
Christmas. And what are we going to have to eat, right? So, we have the traditional Thanksgiving turkey, stuffing, ham.
Yeah.
Tamales, right? The question became, what are we going to have for Christmas? And the normal school of thought is, well, you just have Mexican food, right? You have tamales, have some crispy tacos, just enchiladas, whatever, right?
Yeah. Gotta have pan dulce.
But I think my family was startled by the number of people who were like, can we do something different?
They don't want Mexican?
So we have people in our family, not me, but I would be okay with it, saying, why don't we have Asian food? Why don't we have like Chinese food and stuff like that? Or why not have an Italian meal? Everyone brings some pasta,
I like
spaghetti.
I like where this is going, because I had the same discussion with my kids.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you know what? I exact same thing. I'm tired of eating the ham. I'm tired of eating the regular stuff.
Yeah.
So this year, what I told them is, I'm going to let you guys pick. What do you feel like eating? Whatever it could be. Could be pizza, Chinese, whatever. I'm going to let them pick. And I think that's going to be the tradition moving forward.
Yeah.
We're going to break the stereotype, and just eat what you want. Doesn't have to be a ham.
Well, Chinese restaurants are typically open on Christmas.
They are, dude.
Even the movie A Christmas Story mentions that.
Yeah.
How when they destroyed when the
and all
dogs
that.
came and ate the turkey.
Yeah.
I'm tired of tamales, dude.
Oh, Mike.
Here's the thing, Joe.
Bro,
Joe,
come on.
Joe, I don't like pork tamales, but I like chicken tamales.
Porks are the best, bro.
Dude, I just don't like pork in general, dude. I like pulled pork.
Yeah.
Shredded pork, I hate it. Right? I like bacon, but like shredded pork, I just don't like it. But I like bean and cheese. I like the salsa verde, tamales. But last year, Joe, I ate tamales basically every day from Thanksgiving to Christmas.
That's your own damn fault.
And I
dude.
OD'd on them. And I was like, man, I look at tamales right now and I'm like,
you're in January and you're still burping tamales for December.
Yes. So it's not that I don't like tamales, because I like tamales.
Man.
I don't love them, but I like them. But I don't want to do Mexican food. And Gabby, my daughter, who just moved back from Louisiana, is like, what do you mean we're not having Mexican food? Because she hasn't had
She wants tamales, bro.
She wants bean and cheese. She wants this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And I just don't want it, man. Can you imagine having an Italian?
Look at this, Angel. Oh, what's up, Angel? He says, I log on. First thing I hear, Jimenez hating tamales.
Dude, that's funny. That's funny. Angel's girlfriend, Valerie, posted the other day that she has a throwback Olajuwon jersey. Is that allowed in San Antonio? Because here's the thing. Y'all make fun of me for going to Houston a lot because my girl's out there, right? But his girl's from Houston has an Olajuwon jersey. So I'll allow it. We'll allow it.
Now they're going to be like, is Angel going to be a Houstonian now? They're going to jump ship and be a Rockets fan? Because they're always telling you the same thing. It's like, hey, it's okay, man. You can have these old throwback jerseys and stuff, still support the Spurs.
Okay, let's talk about that, by the way. And we have a lot of sports to get into. We're going to be talking about the Spurs announcement yesterday, reportedly from head coach Gregg Popovich. And I'm going to emphasize reportedly from Gregg Popovich. We're going to talk about the NBA, the state of the NFL right now, Monday Night Football.
Did you see
Minnesota now 12-2.
Did you see the latest NBA standings?
Really? Something special going on?
Nothing special. It's just eye-opening, And Spurs fans, they're going to have to get used to this. We've been trying to tell you guys since before the season even started. And that's one thing that you can never lie about, right, Mike? The numbers don't lie.
That's right.
What did I say? Women lie, people lie, but the numbers don't lie.
Tex-Mex Frank right now saying just tuned in and Mike is hating on Mexican food. No, hombre. Man, I didn't say anything, dude. Didn't say anything.
Look, I think Mike just implied that Pop is Joe.
Do you want to get into this right now, Joe? Do you want to get into this,
bro?
Okay. So first of all, last night or yesterday afternoon, after we got off the air, the Spurs released a statement reportedly from Gregg Popovich, head coach of the Spurs. And I have the press release out on my screen right now.
And let's watch it.
I was a journalist for many years, Joe. 10 years, right? TV journalist, wrote for a newspaper for a little while. I have a journalism background, right? My question is that whenever I saw every TV story about this yesterday, they said that this statement was from Gregg Popovich. And my question is, why didn't they not use the word reportedly? How do we know?
I need the X-Files music for this.
I know. How do we know that Gregg Popovich wrote this? And it's funny because I reached out to a friend of mine asking this question, journalist asking this question. Am I off base and say this? So I'm trying to be as sensitive as possible for this, right? But there is no evidence that Gregg Popovich wrote this. None. But it is spoken as fact in local media.
Yeah.
As fact. We got a message in from Gregg Popovich. No, you got a message from the Spurs.
Okay, so here we go. You ready for this? This is what you're trying to say. What are you trying to tell us, Mike?
I'm trying to tell you that we have no proof, no evidence that Gregg Popovich wrote any of this. The truth is out there, and it might not be this. We got a press release from the Spurs, and the local media is treating it as fact.
God, dude.
And am I just being devil's advocate when it comes to this? Because I saw this, Joe. Here's what we know about the Spurs. We get nothing from them, right? They are a vault. What do we know about what happened to Gregg Popovich back in early November? He had the issue in front of the team at the Frost Bank Center, right?
Yeah.
What did the Spurs say? It's going to rest, recuperate, be back in about a week or so. Was that misdirection? Were we misled the entire time?
Matt Lerma, why would they lie about this?
Why would they not?
And what did you say? You always believe what the players tell you? I want to be here. I don't want to leave.
Right.
And what's their name the next season?
Gone. Now, I'm not wishing anything bad on Popovich. I hope that he wrote this. I hope that he's recovering. I hope that he gets to be as close to 100% as possible. I want him to have a long, healthy life. But here's what I know, Joe. Since the stroke,
okay,
there have been no interviews with him. There have been no photos released of him. There's been no video released of him. Now, I would understand that if he's recuperating, he doesn't want those images out. That's perfectly fine, right? And it doesn't have to be an image. It could be an interview that he does over the phone with a reporter. It could be something that he does where he just basically just says that his voice is out there. We at least hear his voice. Or he tells somebody his voice, right? The Spurs misled the public when it came to Pop's ailment earlier last month. They did. Go back to the original statements they said. Mitch Johnson's going to be head coach of this team in an interim basis for what? The next 3 or 4 games, but indefinitely. But they mentioned 3 or 4 games.
Indefinitely, but it's going to be more than 3 or 4.
Yeah. So it was. So you and I, when we read that, Joe, remember? Half the people were like
coming back.
Half the people were like, God, Joe, you and I are so good at this show. We're the best show in San Antonio.
He's going to be out indefinitely, but 3 or 4
This
games.
show is better than any show in San Antonio when it comes to sports talk because we give real talk, Joe. Because when that happened, we were like, wait a minute, they're talking from both sides of the mouth. It was like, well, they mentioned 3 or 4 games, and then they said indefinitely, and you and I keyed in on the word indefinitely.
He ain't coming back,
right?
Wow, dude.
But it's one of those things where I'm over here thinking to myself, we don't have any confirmation from anything, right? This is a Spurs franchise that swept the Josh Primo stuff under the rug, right? Non-disclosure agreements. We don't know who knew what when.
Put up the poll right now, Mike, if you can. On
I tried earlier, but I didn't have the correct wording on it because I want to word it in a way that's a legitimate question, not where it's me being insensitive.
Gotcha.
Okay, because I tried. I was literally going, how do I want to phrase this? How do I want to phrase this?
We should have
because
asked
I wanted a legitimate poll question because there's a stigma around me because they're like hot take Michael, whatever. I wanted to have a legitimate conversation about this.
In order to do that, we have to have the women involved. So we either have to get Chicana Fuerte's take on it or Chica and say, okay, how should we word this?
Right.
So we're not too insensitive. Because knowing you'll go on there and you'll just go on a tirade.
Right. So we have one from a message from Sith coming up there. It says, Pop has always been private. We didn't hear about his wife's passing until the week it happened. Just show some respect, Jimenez. I'm not asking for a video cam.
Well, that's what they were saying.
Like it's a vet clinic.
They want you to. They're saying that you want Pop to come out on video.
No, I don't need that. He can talk to one of the reporters from the Express News. Orsborn, right? Tom Orsborn.
Yeah.
Over the phone.
Mike Finger.
Mike Finger.
Guys. Yeah.
Talk to.
Just don't talk to that brother. You know who we're talking about.
Talk to Jason Minix or Joe Reinagle at San Antonio Sports Star. Talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Because I want him to be better. But if I had to bet money on it, it's probably worse than what we thought.
I'm telling you, man, just seeing somebody go through this firsthand, because my dad's had several strokes because he's a diabetic. You have to relearn how to do everything. Like you're kind of paralyzed from a portion of your body, half of your body, depending on the severity of the stroke. You have to gain your motor functions back, and it takes time. You have to go through therapy, and then you have to learn how to kind of talk again, how to move again, walk again, all this stuff. It takes a long time for you to recover from this, man.
Right. And I don't want any images out there that diminish the dignity of Gregg Popovich.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not what I'm asking for here. But the thing is that when I see the statement from the Spurs, which, by the way, it says in quote, statement from San Antonio Spurs head coach Gregg Popovich is what it says, right? If you want to show my screen.
Sure.
This is what the Spurs released to the media and the NBA. It says, this has certainly been an unexpected 6 weeks for my family and me. As we work together on my recovery, I want to take a moment to share that the outpouring of support we've received during this time has been truly overwhelming in the best possible way. While I wish I could get back to each one of you, for now, let me say that my family and I are forever grateful. We're thankful for our wonderful community, the entire Spurs organization, and our family and friends. No one is more excited to see me return to the bench than the talented individuals who have been leading my rehabilitation process. They've learned quickly that I'm less than coachable. That's all that it says. Here's what I read from that, Joe.
No.
Because I saw a story from a local sportscaster here in San Antonio saying, I'm so glad to see that Pop still keeps his sense of humor. And I'm there as a former journalist, someone who was a TV news producer for 12 years saying, why are we using the word reportedly? Like it's sirens are going off in my head. That it is very possible that a spokesperson wrote this.
How do I know that?
It's very possible that a PR firm wrote this.
How do I know that this is going to wind up on the current? I bet you anything, dude. It's going to be on the current.
I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to be controversial or hot take. But why am I the only one who and I'm not a journalist anymore, right?
Yeah.
Why am I the only one who looked at this and went, that's just bad reporting?
Oh, I knew you were going to say that. I was just waiting. When they released this yesterday, I even sent you the screenshots, right? Just to let you know, because I know you were busy. You were busy. I didn't know if you were still in deliberation or what was going on. So I said, I'm going to just send the screenshots to you, Mike. And hopefully everything did go good for you yesterday,
We have a statement coming in. Jesse A. reaching out to us right now saying, just leave Pop alone. He's not coaching right now. You get what you want with that. Let him recover and come back when ready. Sam Salinas reaches out and says, I'm with you, Mike. That sounds like a corporate release. Like, that doesn't sound like Pop, dude. It doesn't. Even the joke at the end was flat.
Oh, man.
I don't think he wrote it.
Like I said, you don't know they said it's minor, what have you, but it doesn't seem like they're being truthful in that regards either. We don't know the severity because there's different types of levels of stroke or what have you.
True.
But it's hard for you to come back no matter what the level is. You still have to go through rehabilitation. We don't know if he's able to speak. We don't know the severity of what's going on behind the scenes. And that's really none of our business.
And the dignity needs to be respected.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to see a trembling Gregg Popovich.
Yeah,
I don't want to see. I don't need that image. I don't need that, right?
Yeah.
But this is somebody that's been in our public eye for 28 years.
Yeah, he's been
even
in there for a
as
while,
head coach. Even before that, he was general manager and also an assistant coach under Larry Brown. So he's been part of San Antonio for the better part of 35 years.
Charlie Hernandez. He makes a good point there, Mike.
Says, quote, I didn't write it, but I'm sure he approved it.
He didn't write it, but he approved it. Could be.
Could be. Like I'm saying, I'm trying to walk the fine line here because it's easy to be a dick in this moment, right? And I'm not trying to be. What I'm trying to be is say, hey, look, man, why do we take what the Spurs say as face value and as fact and as truth? That's all I'm saying. And it's different, man, because there's different levels of privacy that people have. The more clout or the more popularity or the more outspoken you are, the more people are going to want to know more about it, right?
What do you say if you're a public figure and you don't have privacy?
You don't have as much. If Mayor Ron had a stroke at City Hall right now, we'd all be questioning what's going on with Mayor Ron.
Yeah. Ron is a nice guy, dude. He really is a nice guy. I've met him several times with my friend Taro. We've been in the office and we sat with him and everything. Cool guy. Likes to talk sports and everything. I just don't agree with the way he ran the city. But doesn't mean I hate the guy.
Okay. If your wife got arrested for DUI, would it make the news?
No.
When Greg Simmons got busted for DUI, did it make the news?
Yeah.
See, public figures don't have as much privacy as regular people who are not in the public eye.
Same thing happened with April and Sarah. Greg Simmons, April and Sarah, they're both good people, man.
The one of the case at anchors is, I don't want to say the name wrong. I don't want to say the wrong name, but I know that there was one.
Yeah.
Back in the day, there was Jerry Grant.
Yeah, and you even had that one brother that's not in San Antonio.
Al Zimmerman.
No. That other guy that used to come out on Great Day SA.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
So the more you are in the public eye, the more people want to know, and kind of the less privacy you have.
True enough. Because if you're in the media, of course, you're a public figure. As soon as something happens to you, it's made to be out there in the domain, the public domain. Look what happened with KSAT 12, like we said, case in point, when Greg Simmons had that thing that happened to him, when he got the DUI. Who was the one that broke the story? KSAT 12.
If I had a DUI, there's a 50-50 chance it would be it would be reported somewhere.
I wonder what your mugshot would look like.
Maybe a blurb.
Do you have the bloodshot red eyes?
I have red shot eyes all the time anyway, just because I have dry eye.
Popped up collar, all jacked up.
Dude, one of my favorite TikToks that I've seen, some like 5 people sent it to me over the last 24 hours, which is a girl who's getting pulled over for DUI, and there's like a body cam video of her. and they said, "Can you spell the alphabet starting with M?" And she goes, "Malphabet."
Alphabet. What?
I don't know, Joe. Should I just drop this, or it is what it is? I don't even know if it's worth a poll, right? Because there's going to be so many people who are going to get mad at that, right? They believe that the Spurs and the Spurs players just say what they have on their mind at all times, and it's all actual and factual, and everything is copacetic, right? Everything's good to go. But man, Joe, I read the statement and I went, "That's not Pop's words." And I said, "Something's fishy." Can you play the All I know is I want him better. I want Pop to recover. Right? I want him to be better. I want him to have a long life.
We're getting it right now.
But
we have to wait for the commercial to finish here. Stupid YouTube. Here we go.
But dude, you read the statement. Came from the Spurs, right? Has to be factual, right? It's a statement from Pop, right? I don't buy it. If I had to bet money on it, someone else wrote it. Maybe he approved it. Someone else wrote it. Again, local media needs to say, reportedly from Gregg Popovich, do better. Do better. Did anyone see him write this? Did anyone see him say these words? We got a statement from the Spurs. We did not get a statement from Popovich. We got a statement from the Spurs, reportedly from Gregg Popovich. Journalists, be better.
There you go, man. It's Alamo City Sportscast Conspiracy Theory Day. We should have one of those, dude. Can you imagine everybody in the chat, dude? Like, secrets will be revealed, man. What are y'all believing in, you know?
Yeah.
That'd be funny. We should have one then. Conspiracy Day, you know? Conspiracy Theory Day.
Let's give some love to Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5, man, because for that silver and black coverage, that's the person you go to. Jeff.
Locked On Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast, hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked On Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on Threads at Jeff G Ken's 5 SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow, not only on Threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/@Locked On Spurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked On Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah, the most recent Locked On Spurs released a couple of hours ago is asking the question, are the Spurs ahead of schedule? Spurs are at 500 right now. You know, who would have thought, right? We're about a third of the way through the season. Spurs are 500. Spurs fans, if you had told Spurs fans that we'd be 13-13 or 12-12 at this point in the season, we all probably would have taken it. But are the Spurs ahead of schedule? Again, there's daily podcasts from Jeff Garcia. I subscribe on YouTube and Spotify as well. He also has an article at Jeff G Spurs Zone on Twitter. You can also find this on kens5.com about how Victor Wembanyama surprised a young fan with a game-worn jersey. There's some updates on the Austin Spurs. And also there's a gambling site that now says Stephon Castle is the favorite to win Rookie of the Year. Well, I wonder if that was before or after he got sent to the bench and scored only 2 points coming off the bench against Castle. Had been starting so many games because of injuries to the starting lineup. The Spurs reinserted Jeremy Sohan into the starting five. Castle came off the bench and did not perform well in the last game. But again, you can go to kens5.com and listen and read Jeff Garcia's content. So, Joe, you were saying that the standings had something a little bit quirky going on right now. The numbers never lie. So let's see what you got going on.
Look at, man. And this is the thing that Spurs fans have to realize. Even though your team is 500, right? Our team is 500. This is where they're going to be the rest of the season, man. They're always going to be on the outside looking in. Look at, this is the most current standings, right? Western Conference.
Spurs are one game outside of the play-in tournament. The Lakers at 14-12 hold the 10 spot. Spurs are at number 11 with 13-13 record.
This is who they are, bro. This is what we've been saying since the beginning of the season, before it even started. Spurs fans are going to be like, oh, they're going to play with the play-in tourney. No, they're not. This is who they are. This is what y'all going to have to get used to, because you all want them to be one of these other teams that can contend and be in the play-in tourney. But this is who they are. They're going to be this team. They're going to be on the outside looking in, because we've already said they don't got the talent to compete with these other teams. They're going to beat the Lakers?
No.
No.
It's a bad matchup, but they can beat Minnesota from time to time. They can beat Phoenix from time to time. They can beat Golden State from time to time. I look at it this way, Joe. I'm going to push back against you on this.
Yeah.
I think all things being equal, you're right. Because if the Lakers are 14-12, and we've seen this historically, 41 teams don't make it to the play-in in the Western Conference. They do in the Eastern Conference, right?
Yeah.
Eastern Conference, the play-in, the number 10 spot's 11-16. Okay. The Spurs right now at 13-13 would be the 8th seed in the East, right? But in the West, you got to win about 44 games. I will say that the Spurs are going to ride that line 10-11 throughout the season, unless there's a major injury above them. If the Clippers, what if LeBron goes down with an injury? What if Steph goes down with an injury? That's going to be, okay, Spurs, be close enough so that if that injury happens, we can leapfrog that team.
But the team got no
But as
business,
of right now, we're about the 11th best team.
But be honest, dude, they got no business being in that group, dude. They got no business being. They don't look, man. They don't have the talent. At the end of the day, I'm not being a hater. I'm being a realist. You got Wemby, you maybe got Vassell, Castle, and a bunch of dudes.
Okay, I agree. I agree that when I look at the Western Conference and I see the top 10, I don't see any team that the Spurs are better than, except for maybe Golden State. I think the Spurs are a better team than Golden State as far as a matchup is concerned. But then you look at Sacramento, Portland, Utah, and the Pelicans, and I can tell you the Spurs are better than those teams. Even though the Spurs have split the matchup with Sacramento, I think we're better than those 4 teams right there. We're going to be right around right here, and we're going to be looking over at the Eastern Conference going, oh, my God, the Atlanta Hawks are going to make the play-in tournament almost by default. They didn't even have to be good. They just got not wet the bed at this point.
Yeah.
So we're taking a look at a lot of what's going on right now in the Eastern Conference. I just look at it this way, Joe. They're ahead of schedule. Jeff Garcia asked that question on Twitter and on Locked On Spurs.
What are they ahead of schedule for?
We're ahead of schedule because Vegas believed that the Spurs would be a 35-win team.
They're right on track,
we're
brother.
Right on
35-38.
At the very least, we're on track. We're on track for it all. Okay, at the very least.
Oh, bro, Tavares, man, you sipping on that good, bro. They're gonna make the playoffs. They got no business in the playoffs, man. If they're the 8th seed and they're going up against the number 1 seed in OKC.
Well, only 6 teams make the top 6 make the playoffs.
Okay, but I'm saying
top 8 in the play. Well, top 8 make the playoffs, but 2 of them are playing teams.
Either way, you're gonna go up against a higher seed. You got no business in there. You're gonna get, run out of the building,
right?
Because you go to the playoffs, they go up to another level.
You want to see something weird, Joe? You want to see the standings? As much as we say that that these teams are better than the Spurs are only a game and a half away from the 6th spot. There's a log jam there between the Suns and the Wolves that are 14-11, along with Golden State at 14-11. You have the Clippers at 15-12. You have the Lakers at 14-12. They're not much better than the Spurs either. I mean, are they better? Yes. Are they that much better? No. Which is why injuries play a role. Obviously, if Wemby went down, that it doesn't happen, the Spurs would start losing games, right? But the same could be said about LeBron. Could be said about
who's going to be their savior, man. Sohan.
Well, if somebody goes down, if Wemby goes down, there's no savior.
I mean, it's done, dude. I'm still here, Sohan. Come on, man, dude.
But High Man reaches out to us and says, I wouldn't mind getting in play-in and winning and getting swept by the 1st seed. At least we get playoff experience. I mean, there's something to be said about that, dude. There's really no difference between the 14 pick in the draft and the 17 pick in the draft. So may as well make the play-in tournament and start building the culture of expectations.
Yeah. No, look, man, at the end of the day, I get Spurs fans have high expectations because they get a little taste. They get a little taste, Mike.
Like the town.
Got a little taste. Hey, the Spurs are 500 right now. They're playing a lot better. They're making the people believe, the Spurs fans believe, but it's false hope, man. This team is going to show you their true colors. Just wait. It's just like Cowboy fan. hold my beer, just wait.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen. At the end of the day, it's not like it's a bad thing. They're going to be better than they were last year. They're just not going to be good enough to get into that play-in tourney.
Spurs next game, they've got some winnable games. They've got home game against Atlanta on Thursday night. So Trae Young comes to town. Taking on Portland here in San Antonio on Saturday night. Then the Spurs go on a East Coast road trip. They've got Philadelphia, New York, Brooklyn. Then they have a road game against Minnesota. So they end the year with 4 road games before coming back on Christmas Eve to play, on New Year's Eve rather, to play the Clippers. Christmas Day, 11 a.m. tip-off on ABC against the Knicks.
I call it, man. They're going to win that game.
I think so too. And I'd like to see the Spurs with a winning record going into there. So if the Spurs can beat, they're going to beat Portland, beat Atlanta, beat Portland. Go in there 15-14, dude. Make it happen.
I don't think they're going to beat Atlanta.
Yeah.
I think they can beat Portland. 76ers, I'm a little shaky on. But Knicks, I think they can beat that. They can win that game.
The Sixers are 8-16, but they got their players back. Tyrese Maxey had 40 points, and Paul George had 33 in their last game. So, you know, it's funny. You look at Philadelphia, and the idea of Stephon Castle winning Rookie of the Year. One of the reasons why Philadelphia had a player that was on track to make Rookie of the Year was because there were a lot of injuries. And they had a dude that was out there getting a lot of minutes. And, well, the starters are back. And guess what? He's not getting minutes anymore. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought? But, again, the Spurs have an East Coast road trip coming up, but 2 home games this weekend here at the Frost Bank Center. Go support your team. Sam Salinas reaches out and says, I'm glad they're doing better than expected. What I don't like is the false hope it brings and people thinking we can continue to get better with the likes of Sohan and such. Ceiling reach.
I'm still here, Sohan.
Do you think Matt Lerma listens to this podcast with his blood boiling?
Of course he does, dude. I got to put his picture up here, bro, because we keep talking shit about him this whole time.
I mean,
there he is. There he is.
Again, what hey, when Sohan's cooking, do the Spurs win, Joe?
Nah. He can get 14, he can have 20, he can get 30. Is it going to amount to a win? Probably not.
Probably not, because again, what does the other team want him to do?
Shoot.
You're
going to shoot that 3? Show me.
Got a dunk? Wow.
They're getting mad. The coach would get mad if one of the opposing players was going to come out and guard Sohan at the top of the 3.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Let him.
I'm still here, Sohan. This is the greatest thing that we've ever had on this show.
It's I think it was Bear County who made this, and then Sith put, I'm still here, Sohan. I'm like, this is gold, dude.
It is gold.
Gold.
It's fantastic.
He's gonna die on that hill, dude.
So Hanover Fist says, by the way, Sixers rookie McCain is out for season with MCL. Y'all need to check yourselves. I knew he was injured. I didn't know he was out for the year, though. Thanks for the heads up, because he didn't play the last game. He had 29 minutes played in the game before, so I didn't realize that Jared McCain was out for the year. So that does make him the that might very well. It says out indefinitely, according to NBA.com. Says he has a meniscus tear in his left knee, requires surgery, out indefinitely. So that might not necessarily mean the entire year. But then again, you got to play X number of games, right, to win Rookie of the Year. Is it 65? So Castle's in the mix. I wonder if they updated the NBA rookie ladder. Have they done that, Joe?
I don't think so.
Let's see here.
I look at the toner that says Mike has brainwashed Joe about Sohan. Sohan is not the kryptonite. They blessed their last games because of 18 turnovers from 24.
I like it how it's like every time he goes off and the Spurs lose by 18. The answer is he's not the reason why they miss shots. I'm like, well, it's just so freaking coincidental that it always happens that way. Why, Joe? Could it be because of spacing? Could it be because they don't guard him? No one guards him, and because of that, they guard the shooters better?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, what happens too is that the Spurs team is just so aggravating to watch, because you can see sometimes little flashes of what they can become, but they're not consistent. They don't play for the full 48 minutes.
They've been struggling out the gate, man.
You get half a game out of them. You don't get a full 48 minutes. First, second quarter, oh, I don't think I want to play today. I'm tired. Let's miss a shit ton of shots. Third quarter, let's go ahead and make a run. Fourth quarter, they spend so much energy. They're like huffing and puffing. And finally, you bring in the second unit. They're able to sustain what they're building or kind of encroach on the lead, dig in a little bit. Starters come back in. You win the game at the end of the day. If they've knocked down their shots, 3 points, 4 points. But you have to come back from 17 or 20. That's not conducive to you winning a shit ton of games. That's going to be maybe 35, 38 wins. If you want to get into the play-in tourney and say, hey, we got a shot, you got to win. You got to come out of the gate and play the 48 minutes, man.
Right. And that was the thing is that when the Spurs win games, you could tell if the Spurs going to win the game by what they do in the first quarter.
Yeah, second quarter, dude.
I mean, because there will be those games when they play a bad team like Portland, and they're down by 17, and they storm on back in the fourth. There will be the occasional game like that against a bad team.
Yeah.
But against a decent team, if the Spurs are tied or better after one, they're going to win the game.
Yeah.
Because they play better as the game goes on. They're like that horse, Joe, that does better down the stretch than out of the gate. Yeah. So if they come out of the gate okay, they'll be perfectly fine. You know who came out of the gate last night was the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings beat up on Caleb Williams and the Bears 30-12. Vikings now 12-2, 7-1 at home. We saw another Monday Night Football game, the Falcons and Raiders, which was bad football, dude. That was bad football. Falcons won 15-9. 15-9. But the Vikings, they are an interesting story, Joe. We were talking about this before the show started. Should there be a rule change in the NFL when it comes to the playoffs? Because I wouldn't be opposed, Joe, to getting rid of the divisions, keeping the division rivals, but getting rid of the divisions, because how is it fair that Tampa Bay and the Rams, because they are in crappy divisions, get to host a playoff game when right now they're 8-6, but Minnesota at 12-2 has to go on the road? When Green Bay at 10-4 has to go on the road. And I don't want to hear this crap about, well, just win your division. No, they won 4 more games than those teams, Joe. Minnesota's on track for going 14-3 and going on the road in playoffs, Joe.
Yeah.
How can a 14-win team not host a playoff game? There needs to be some sort of threshold. Because the NFC South a couple years ago had a team that was 8-9 that won the division. They shouldn't be hosting playoff games just because they're lucky enough to be in a crap division.
And what's really going to happen with this Detroit Lions, Minnesota Vikings game? Is that going to be the one that dictates? You can be the number 1 overall seed, or if you lose, like the Lions, they might lose to the Vikings, and you go from number 1 to being in a wild card?
Right. Here's the difference, Joe. Here's the difference. Detroit wins the number 1 overall seed because, again, Detroit, Philadelphia, and Minnesota are all 12-2. Let's say, and it says right now, Detroit's the number 1 because they have a tiebreaker over Philadelphia based on the best win percentage in conference games, right? Let's say Detroit beats Green Bay. Beats the Vikings in the final game of the season, regular season.
Yeah.
Gets the number 1 spot. Here's their road to the Super Bowl. By week 1, round 2, home game against either the Rams or the Vikings. And then they play a home game against the Eagles, more than likely.
Okay.
So it's by week, home game against Vikings, home game against the Eagles, if all falls into place, right? They lose that game, Joe. Here's their road. Instead of having a bye, their first game is a road game against the Rams, and then a road game against the Vikings, and then a road game against Philadelphia. That's a different path, man. That's awful.
Yeah.
That is awful. Imagine having to go on the road and beat 2 14-3 teams in order to make the Super Bowl, and you yourself were 13-4. The rules need to be changed for that because Tampa does not deserve a playoff game at home. The Rams don't deserve a playoff game at home. You know who does? The Commanders. Dude, the 5, 6, and 7 teams have better records than 3 and 4 right now. Because even the Commanders are 9-5. Dude, the number 8 seed in the NFC has the identical record as the Buccaneers and the Rams.
There should be a rule change to where, you win your division, but it should also deal with the record, overall record.
Like maybe you're guaranteed a playoff berth.
Yeah, but you're gonna be like the 8th seed.
You're gonna
or
be
something.
slotted where you belong.
Man. Yeah, because look at the record, dude. Come on,
There's no issue with that in the AFC right now because it's all lined uniformly. Kansas City has a better record than Buffalo, but Buffalo has a better record than Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has a better record than the Texans. So it's uniform, right?
Let's be honest. Buffalo should be the number one because there's a lot of games that Kansas City should have lost.
Dude, Kansas City. Did you see that argument between Michael Strahan and Terry Bradshaw?
No. Terry Bradshaw needs to retire, bro.
Dude, you're telling me, dude.
I'm like, it's rough, Mike. Poor guy. You're going to be wheeling him out there in a wheelchair, bro. Like, come on, call it already.
Well, the argument that they had was whether Kansas City's any good or not. Kansas City is like the worst 13-1 team of all time. They were the worst 12-1 team of all time. They're the worst 11-1 team. I have a hard time believing, Joe, and I know that I said this last year about Kansas City, where you look at that team and they just do enough to win. They just do enough to win. And they still somehow make their way back to the Super Bowl every year. But this team is worse than that team that was there last year.
Yeah, I think if they meet Buffalo, Buffalo's going to go ahead and get past them, dude.
I mean, what's good about the Chiefs right now? I mean, Mahomes is having an eye year. 22 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. That's a lot of interceptions. That's just 2-1. That's just 2-1, right?
That's very Josh Allen-esque.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Their best running back is on track to have fewer than 1,000 yards. That's Kareem Hunt, right? Receiving, they're not going to have a 1,000-yard receiver. Their best receiver right now, Joe, is Xavier Worthy from UT, the rookie.
Yeah.
494 yards. So you're telling me that the best team in the AFC, that this is the team to beat in the AFC, has a quarterback that's having a lot of interceptions thrown, that doesn't have a 1,000-yard rusher, and doesn't have a 1,000-yard receiver. Why would I bet on that team against Buffalo? Is it because Buffalo is Buffalo and they're just cursed? Because talent for talent, I don't even think the Chiefs are the second best team in the AFC. Look at the interceptions that Mahomes has thrown for his career, right?
Yeah.
You look at what he's done, it can't be better this year than it was before. Last year he had 14 interceptions. The year before that he had 12. He's already at 11. But the difference is that he had a lot more touchdowns. In 2022, Mahomes had 41 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. Right now he has 22 touchdowns to 11 interceptions.
Yeah.
Has he regressed? Is Patrick Mahomes still the best quarterback in the NFL?
It's a good question.
I don't even think he's in the top 3 anymore.
You think he went from being MVP-like to now he's just died?
He went from being the number one, and I don't know, maybe it's the fatigue. Play a lot of games, a lot of miles on the odometer.
No, he's busy making babies now, dude. He got his wife.
Got to hang out with Brittany, right?
Yeah.
So listen to her and his brother Jackson, right? I don't think this team is any good, man. I think Buffalo's going to annihilate them.
Hey, man, Buffalo looks like they're geared up to go ahead and finally push on through.
So
you know what?
Leha says defense is the answer, but that defense, when it went up against Buffalo earlier this year, what did that defense do? Gave up 30 points and they lost. What did Josh Allen do in that game? And I know it was in Buffalo, but what did Josh Allen do? 55 yards rushing, 262 yards passing. What did Mahomes do? Threw 2 picks.
And look at that, Sam Salinas. I hate admitting this, but Mahomes and the Chiefs aren't the best team. They're the best team at knowing how to get it done.
No lies detected. So, I mean, I'm not saying that Patrick Mahomes isn't the best quarterback of the last 10 years, because he is. My question is it because the talent isn't around him? I know they picked up DeAndre Hopkins.
Could be.
Is it because there's no talent around him? I mean, McCole Hardman is just a dude. Justin Watson's just a dude. Noah Gray's just a dude. Peyton Hendershot is just a dude who played for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Juju Smith-Schuster's always hurt. Last game, Travis Kelce. Do you watch Travis Kelce play and do you think to yourself, man, that guy's a stud? Not anymore, dude. He came back down to earth. Or is he saving it for the playoffs? Look at the win they had against the Browns, Joe. 21-7, right? Okay, they won by 2 touchdowns. It's a bad team.
Yeah.
Their best rusher had 45 yards, Joe.
That's not much.
Kareem Hunt had 45 yards. The best receiver had 46 yards. I'm telling you, Joe, this team's not that good.
They're going
to have to rely on that defense. They fall behind by a touchdown, they're going to lose. They're down by 10. They ain't coming back. They don't have any offense. They have no weapons. They have none.
Leha says you would take Patrick Mahomes over any other QB because he's doing it with no-name talent or old dudes. Still winning, still doing enough to win. I know he's a Texas Tech fan.
I know. That's what I was saying. Spoken like a guy who went to Texas Tech.
I understand that, man.
I get it. At the end of the day,
I don't want him on my. If I'm in the Super Bowl, right? I don't want him as my QB.
Dude, from the years 2018 to 2023, 2022, he was the best quarterback in the league.
He was
by far. He's a step slower, and the talent's not around him anymore. The talent wasn't really around him. He was the talent. He just had Kelce there in his prime, but Kelsey's not in his prime anymore. He ain't getting open anymore. So he's not freelancing the way that he used to. Xavier Worthy is all right. He was a stud at UT, but he's just all right.
Yeah.
That's your best receiver? Really, you're gonna go to the Super Bowl, AFC Championship game against Buffalo, and trot out there Xavier Worthy as your wide receiver 1.
You know who I want now?
And Kareem Hunt.
I want Josh Allen as my QB because at least he can run.
Dude,
get you some rushing yards, bro.
Josh Allen's having a historic year. Dude, I would love to see Buffalo in the Super Bowl again.
I would too. And I want to see him actually win. I mean, remember back in the 90s when they were going, dude, right? Mm-hmm. They went several times, didn't win. Maybe this is going to finally be something that the Bills Mafia had been wanting all this time.
And thank you for mentioning the Bills Mafia because that is a fan base.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That is legit.
Yep.
Legit fan base. They love their team. They're in the middle of the snow for that team.
I mean, literally, you got to dig yourself out to get to your seat. You know?
I think football fans have Mahomes fatigue right now. I think we have Kansas City fatigue.
Yeah.
It's starting to set it. It happened to the Patriots. People loved it when the Giants beat the Patriots.
Yeah.
Both times. Let's give some love. We heard from Leha right there. Who says, I'm going to laugh when they go and three-peat. They might, right. But I'm not saying that they can't, but I'm saying I'm not buying it right now. But
MCS General Contracting, more than 30 years of combined experience in concrete placement. They are the best in the business. Honest pricing, high quality work. They get going on house foundations, driveways, concrete patio decks. If you want to extend the deck, extend the driveway. If you're a business and you need to put together a slab, a parking lot, or other concrete placement services or sidewalks, reach out to MCS General Contracting at 210-774-9155. They're confident in their skills, so give Chris Leha over at MCS General Contracting a call at 210-774-9155. And thank you for being a sponsor of this show.
How hard is that concrete, Joe?
Diamond hard. You know what? I'm going to make a diamond hard bet with Chris Leha right here, right now. You all seeing it? I'll bet you a case of beer, Leha, that these Kansas City Chiefs will not win a third Super Bowl, man.
Ooh.
Put your money where your mouth is, brother. Right now. Queso Modelo.
So, Joe, in pop culture news, new documentary on Netflix for Aaron Rodgers. Are you interested at all in seeing anything about Aaron Rodgers, his life, and what goes on in his world?
I don't want to see that crap. Freaking Aaron Rodgers doing ayahuasca and whatnot, dude. No, I'm good, bro.
Who at Netflix greenlit this and said, this is what people want to see? He isn't the kind of person that people hate but want to watch him anyway. So, for example, there are people who hate Trump but will still watch him, right? There are people who hate pop but will still watch him. There are people who hate various things, right, about sports and entertainment and whatnot. Aaron Rodgers isn't the lovable guy that you hate, right?
Yeah.
Like I used to hate growing up Larry Bird. But you respected him, right?
You didn't like Larry Bird?
I respected Larry Bird.
Yeah.
I was a Lakers.
Got to respect the mustache, man.
I when it was Lakers versus the Celtics, I would cheer for the Lakers, right?
Oh, dude, this is disgusting, man. A case of Keystones, them motherfucking stones. Nah, bro, I'm good. That shit's nasty.
He'd rather have kidney stones than Keystone.
Keystone, man. That's like drinking Natty Light. Natty Light's just a bunch of water, dude. That's why they sell in a 30-pack, because you need all 30 just to get a buzz.
Joe, Netflix sucks.
Oh, why do you have a subscription?
Sure enough, I got rid of YouTube TV yesterday.
Hey, because they're gonna raise your rates by $10. You know what the funny thing is? Why are they raising people's rates when they already got rid of a lot of their sports packages, right?
Right.
They don't have that, and that's really what raises the rates. So why are they increasing rates by $10, going from like 70 something? Now it's going to be like 82 plus all the fees they add. You're looking closer to $90 a month. You know, that's more expensive than Hulu with live TV, and you get all those sports channels.
Exactly. You know,
hell with that.
YouTube TV had a base plan that started in the 40s. That's how they got you, right?
A couple years ago.
Yeah. Then they bumped it up to $73. Then it got to $83 as of January 2025. And here's the thing. Like you said, I had to go to Fubo because I want to watch Spurs games.
Yeah.
I like YouTube TV. The interface is wonderful.
Yeah.
Fubo is difficult to maneuver through, but if given the choice, I want to watch Spurs games.
Yeah. Why don't you just get the FanDuel a la carte? It's $20, bro.
Man, I don't know.
That's what I did, and I've been fine. I mean, I watched the Spurs games, no problem.
I got rid of Max.
Oh, I have it already. I have a lifetime with that because of AT&T.
I got rid of Max. I got rid of Paramount.
Yeah.
I got rid of Peacock. I had them all.
Yeah.
They all started checking up the prices. At $5 or $6, I'll take it. At $12, $14, $15, no. So I went through all my subscriptions, Joe, and I just started cutting this line item out. And right now, I have Netflix and Hulu. And dude, I go to Pluto TV and I'm entertained all night long. That's free.
Free, yeah.
Pluto's great, by the way.
Yeah, I don't have like a paid the streaming service anymore. Like Hulu with live TV, I cut that out because it was like 80 something, almost $90 a month. I said, nah, I'm good. I don't really need all that. You know, I watch the Spurs games and I have ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, Hulu, and all that kind of stuff. Amazon Prime, and then regular over-the-air TV.
Yeah.
I'm all right.
I think I overloaded on streaming services.
Yeah, man.
Then again, I was single and not dating.
Yeah.
So now I don't have as much time to go and watch TV. Netflix is the next one to go. If I'm going to chop another one off, it's going to be Netflix because Hulu gives me everything I need.
Yeah.
Hulu has good movies. Hulu has the best TV shows.
Yeah.
Netflix, dude. I mean, I've compared Netflix to the middle aisles of Blockbuster Video back in the day.
The movies that were all right.
Yeah, I mean, there ain't nothing there. You get the occasional original movie that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, Netflix sucks.
It's all right.
And
dude.
Max is great, but the interface sucks.
Yeah.
Disney Plus isn't as advertised. I mean, you have to really be into like Marvel and Disney. If you're not, it's a waste of time.
Yeah. Well, I have it only because it's included with the Hulu Plus and ESPN Plus. I love ESPN Plus because I use it primarily for watching combat sports, which is going to be my UFC. I watch Top Rank boxing. You know, I like watching that. Some of the college, football, basketball games, I get to watch that as well. That's why I keep ESPN Plus. But I'm not buying, putting in $80, $90 a month so I can watch Screaming A. Smith, which I hate watching anyway, and some of the other stuff. If I'm going to watch a basketball game, I don't necessarily need ESPN. I know where to go if it's not on the other stuff that I have. But most of the time on the Max, I can watch whatever's on TNT,
And I like how you tell me, okay, well, just get the Fire Stick and the streaming service, the legal streaming. I don't know how to do any of that. All that is just tech shit. Yeah. And I got no, and it's not that I can't figure it out. I have no desire to.
Yeah.
I have no desire to like Fire Stick this, that, and no. Just give me a streaming service and be done with it. Because if it takes more than 2 clicks for me to find what I need to find, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
You canceled
What's
YouTube
this I
TV.
hear about a Karate Kid movie coming up? Ralph Macchio teaming up with Jackie Chan.
Yeah, man. They got a new movie coming out now.
Here's a photo from veracity.com. It's their front news today. Karate Kid Legends trailer. Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan are bringing the franchise back to the big screen. No Johnny Lawrence?
Guess not. They didn't put him in there.
Interesting. Were you into Jackie Chan back in the day?
Yeah, man. I like watching some Jackie Chan. But you see, the thing is, I was a fan of Jackie Chan when he came out with some of his old movies from back in the day, Drunken Master and all that kind of stuff, That's when he was in his prime.
Here's the trailer.
We really can't play this, though, man. They get mad at us.
Tradition.
You got to put it on pause, brother.
All right, let me see. Is there any moves? Okay, there you go. Karate Kid Legends.
Yeah, they get mad at us now if we start playing these things. They're like, "Oh, you can't show this." I don't know why YouTube is weird like that.
Mario Cavasso is saying this is coming from a guy who never watched RoboCop or The Last Dragon. Wait, which one's The Last Dragon?
Come on, Mike.
Which one's that one?
Bruce Lee, bro. Oh no, it's not The Last Dragon. That's Enter the Dragon.
Okay, The Last Dragon is with Timac.
This is in 1985.
Dude, okay, let's just say it.
Oh,
man.
I bet this one is a good one. I think you should watch this one.
Let's just say it, man. Every single martial arts movie from the 80s is stupid as fuck.
No, bro.
Dude,
no,
seriously,
man.
All of this stupid shit.
No, man. This one was
even as a kid, I would look at this and my friends watching this, and I'd go like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go to the other room."
No,
this
man.
is stupid.
No, bro.
This is stupid.
This is a classic. It's a cult classic, bro.
It's bad acting.
No,
it's borderline racist half the time. No, thank you.
But you're gonna watch Chuck Norris.
Dude, I watched Chuck Norris for the first time. What movie was that you made me watch? With the gun, the guns are going diagonal.
Pew, pew. Little missile. Pew.
Dude, how was this entertaining? How was any of this entertaining for people growing up? Like, look at this guy. Look at this guy right here. How is that entertaining? I don't look at that and go, yeah, I don't want to see some guy tweaking. I don't get it, Joe. I never understood fantasy stuff. I remember my friends were like, the never-ending story with that big flying dog or whatever that was did nothing for me. Nothing fantasy does anything for me. The only thing that did was like The Matrix, and that's about it.
What was the name of that movie? Delta Force. That's what it was.
Delta Force.
Force.
Delta Force actually had a plot.
For half the movie, it had a plot.
For half the movie, and then it became a Chuck Norris joke-a-thon.
Oh man, you're like, hey, for half the movie, it was a banger, dude.
Yeah. I just don't get it, Joe. Like, what's the intrigue?
Oh God, dude.
What's the intrigue of kung fu movies from back in the day?
It's there, but he likes them, man. It's fighting, man. How do you not like that? Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. You never saw that?
Never saw it. Would have no desire to watch that,
bro.
Would have no desire to. Why? I'm gonna look up top cult classics of the 90s. What do you think is number one, Joe?
From what?
From the 90s. What would be considered the number one cult classic of the? I'm gonna go IMDb.
I would have to say Lethal Weapon has to be up there.
Well, that's not a cult classic. That was a blockbuster movie.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
So I'm gonna go according to IMDb. The number one cult classic was called The Doom Generation.
Okay.
Never heard of it. Then Nowhere. Half Baked is number 3.
Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and Confused. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Okay.
Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Empire Records.
Hey, Empire Records is funny, dude.
Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Troll 2 and Pulp Fiction. Dude, I like 10 through 20, man. Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, Natural Born Killers, Thelma and Louise, Drop Dead Fred, Clueless, Reality Bites, Leprechaun, Office Space, Stoned Age, and Biodome. Encino Man, give me those movies, dude.
What was another one? Bubble Boy.
Yeah.
Remember that one with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Well, I think Bubble Boy. I think of Seinfeld. Son-in-law with Pauly Shore. How was Pauly Shore getting movies done?
He was baked, dude. Half the time he was freaking lit, dude.
So how were you with the movie Office Space?
It's all right.
That was the greatest movie ever at the time, dude.
It's all right.
I wonder if the movie Swingers is in here.
I like Clerks. Clerks was funny, dude.
Swingers number 84. Okay, let's talk about Clerks.
Clerks is funny.
Okay. So the best part of Clerks to me was the debate trying to figure out who's the bigger whore, the guy or the girl.
Clerks is such a good movie, dude. It's funny as hell.
Okay. So for those of you who don't know this whole line, and I'm going to get the numbers correct, right? There's a boyfriend and girlfriend who are probably in their early 20s, right? And she asked him how many girls he has slept with, and he said 10, and she said 3, right? She called him a slut.
Yeah.
But later on in the movie, it was discovered, or it was admitted, the fact that she had fooled around, gone to second base, third base with 37 guys. And the question became, who was the bigger slut? That was funny. I cleaned it up, Joe. I cleaned it up as much as possible.
You know what else? The other one that probably could be a cult classic, but it's not, like 90s. Waiting.
Okay.
Dude.
the Abraham Lincoln.
The Batman.
the Batwing.
You look twice. Remember him?
Okay, so so that guy right there. Okay, I like where we're going with this. That guy right there, Luis Guzman. What a career this guy's had. He's 68 years old, Luis Guzman.
Yeah, I mean, he's still acting.
Let's go through his IMDb.
Jeez, man.
Luis Guzman has been in everything, dude. He was great in what was that movie with Mark Wahlberg? It was like behind the scenes of the porn industry.
Oh,
Dirk Diggler. Boogie Nights.
Yeah,
he was great at Boogie Nights. He was in Traffic, dude, which won the Oscar for Best Picture, right?
Yeah.
He was in Boogie Nights. He was in Beverly Hills Cop. Dude, he's been in so many movies, man. And then they paid honor to him in the TV show Community back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the TV series Shameless.
He's been in a lot of stuff, man.
Dude.
You know what? They said
Narcos?
they had another mention here of another cult classic from back when. I don't know if you ever saw it, but Mallrats, dude, that movie's freaking hilarious.
Well, Mallrats
man.
was a sequel to Chasing Amy.
Yeah, Mallrats is hilarious, dude.
I saw Mallrats maybe once or twice. I did see it. It's just the Jay and Silent Bob movies, right?
Yeah.
So you go back in time, Mallrats was okay. Chasing Amy was really good. That's when we kind of got introduced to Ben Affleck a little bit. That girl that was in Chasing Amy, she had that raspy voice. Did you find her attractive?
Yeah, dude. How can you not?
Joey
dude?
Lauren Adams, remember her?
She was hot.
Look at her. Dude, she had that smoky voice.
Yeah.
There was a girl in high school that I went to high school with that was cute, but had that scratchy voice that didn't fit her.
Okay.
But some guys loved it, man.
Yeah, dude. She all right.
Joey Lauren Adams, bringing it these days. Or she brought it back in the day.
The other one that's a cult classic that you freaking hate, but I like this movie, The Big Lebowski, dude.
I can't get anything John Goodman, dude. I tried watching that movie. I tried, because I like Jeff Bridges. I think he's a great actor. I watched about 30 to 40 minutes of The Big Lebowski. I couldn't get into it.
It's funny, dude. It's a stoner movie, man.
Not a big stoner guy.
No, man.
Now, if you want to say a stoner movie, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Yeah,
it's probably my favorite stoner movie.
What's that other one?
This is the end. Is also a really good
Road Trip.
Oh, dude, don't get me started on Road Trip, man.
Isn't that such an underrated film? Like,
dude,
it's hilarious, dude.
Sean William Scott. How is he not a bigger star than what he is now, dude? Sean William Scott, everything from Stifler and all the American Pie movies to, Dude, Where's My Car? Dude, Goon was good. Role Models was excellent. Sean William Scott, dude, is good. And what's so funny is that he talks about the fact that he got paid like jack to be an American Pie, and he was the biggest star to come out of it, right? I think he said that he got paid like $7,000 to be it, that he was working as a teller someplace. I think he was working like at a car teller, like Enterprise or Hertz or whatever. And he kept on telling people, I'm going to be in a movie. I'm going to be in a movie. No one believed him because he made only $7,000 and it took a year for that movie to come out.
Yeah.
And then he got the roles. Role Models, excellent, dude.
Look at, they're talking about Jennifer Tilly, dude. Back in the day, she ate
Jennifer Tilly, dude.
Wow, bro. Just wow.
Dude, I mean, geez. That's like, let's talk about like being hot but having a bad voice.
The ultimate bad voice.
The ultimate Sofia Vergara, right?
What was that one girl? No. You talk about
Fran Drescher.
Dude, that laugh.
The nanny?
God, bro.
Okay, first of all, could you put up with Sofia Vergara's voice with her looks? Hell yes. All day, every day. Crank it up to 11.
Yeah.
If I get to look at Sofia Vergara, that's fine. Jennifer Tilly? Man, that one's a coin flip, dude.
Nah, dude, all day. I take that, dude.
All day?
All day.
Joey Lauren Adams? Nah, dude, I'm good.
Come on, Mike.
I'm good. And we're talking back in the day. I'm good. Fran Drescher, though, I'd put up with it.
You'd put up with that laugh? No, man. Come on.
The Nanny was actually a pretty decent show.
She got around, the nanny, dude. She was passed around.
Hey, we have somebody new on our YouTube stream. Cooks coming out said crank that up to 11. You remember Sofia Vergara when in Modern Family when they were saying that there was like some sort of crow in the neighborhood and it was her screaming Jay.
Look at this comment, bro. This shit has me dying. Y'all in this, yo, man.
Okay, she is an accomplished poker player. That is true. All right, let me see. Let me go back in time.
Oh, bro.
Jennifer Tilly. The best thing about Jennifer Tilly was when she was in that one movie, Chucky.
Hey, bro.
Remember when
there's nothing wrong with that.
When she's hooking up with the doll and she looks at Chucky and says, "Do you have a rubber?" And he goes, "I'm all rubber, baby."
That's so stupid, dude.
Of course I saw that movie.
That's almost as bad as that one. My favorite line from Rocky. They approach him and they're like, at this wedding or something, like, "Hey, Rock, you ever thought about investing in condominiums?" And he's like, "I don't use them." I've never ever caught that line, dude. Every time I watch that movie, I freaking start laughing, dude. What a dumbass.
That's a great line. Also in that movie, these side characters that have these like one lines.
Yeah.
When they're making fun of Adrian and the guy, the goon's driver says, "Hey, take it to the zoo." Retards like the zoo.
Oh,
that's such a
man,
bad
dude.
line.
That is,
for
dude.
him going after after Adrian. Paulie, you're busted.
She's busted. What are you talking about? She's busted. Man, Paulie was such a dick, dude. Like, all she did was try to take care of his dumb ass all the time. And he came in here and just like...
Oh, she laid into him that one time. Yeah. I cook your food. I clean your clothes.
She had enough, dude. That was her breaking moment.
She's like, why aren't you good to me?
Yeah. Paulie's such a dick,
do you think Paulie fooled around with that one doll that they got him? That one...
Oh, the robot.
The robot from Rocky IV. Do you think when Noah was around... He caressed it.
He probably did, dude. Probably a little freak, man. But look at Jennifer Tilly, dude, man. She's smoking, dude.
Oh, Jennifer Tilly. I mean, she was, dude. She was, but
They were making fun of you. What's his name? Hefe was, dude, earlier today. And they're like, Mike was over there watching Rendezvous Theater when he was a little boy, man.
oh, my friends
The
used
scramble
to,
channels.
my friends used to refer to it as Rendezvous.
Rendezvous.
That was what channel was that? That was like
99 or something like that.
99.
And you're with that old school scrambler, the one that
Yeah.
the big old blocky one with the little switch.
Okay, yeah. Did you ever get in trouble for switching it too fast? From going from like 14 to 44 or whatever? And I used to go, "Brrr." My dad would get mad. He would be like, one at a time, mijo. One at a
You're
time.
afraid you're gonna break it.
And then there was those ones where, like, if you want to channel 45, you'd have to click on 4 and then 5.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah, it was all weird
Dude,
back in the day, man.
And no one gives Zennials credit, right? Zennials are those born around 75 through about 83 credit for living in the old world and living in the new world and be having the memory of things like that.
Hey, we know how to open cans with the can opener.
Yeah.
You give that to kids nowadays and you'd be like, here you go. What is it? What does it do?
Mail a letter.
How?
We can mail a letter.
Your daughter knows how, right? Gabby?
To mail a letter?
Yeah.
No comment.
Oh, come on.
No, she knows now.
Yeah, but she didn't.
Yeah.
We need to get Gabby in here and have like
that's a good call.
Have like a segment like, okay, this is what we remember. What do you remember?
That's a good call. Now, Sam Salinas is remembering Red Shoe Diaries, y'all.
Oh, dude. That was Showtime, right? Back in the day. Hey, No Lies Detected, Rosie Perez and White Man Can't Jump.
Okay, so that whole line that Rosie Perez makes in that movie about how she wants a glass of water.
Yeah.
And she is like, why'd you bring me a glass of water? Just because I said I'm thirsty doesn't mean that I want you to fix my problems. I want you to empathize with me and say that you too have experienced dry mouthedness. And he's like, shut the hell up. If I say that I'm thirsty, it means that if you have some water, I want a sip. Woody Harrelson was great in that movie.
Can you imagine getting a shirt made that says Rendezvous Theater 99?
Oh my God. Okay, if Mike Baez is listening, do a t-shirt that says Rendezvous Theater, veteran,
the Scramble Channel,
veteran of the 90s.
Damn.
It's a serious if you know kind of scene.
On the back, have it, if you know. With the Scrambled Channel look on it, dude. That'd be fire.
Side
bro.
boob.
That'd be crazy. Everybody be laughing, buying you a drink at the bar. You wore that t-shirt.
Yeah, the funny thing is that everybody was cochino somehow, some way at that point, dude. Yeah. I remember the first time, like, we would go to like a Hooters when I was like a freshman in college.
You're all,
okay, am I allowed to look?
Your friends are talking to you. What?
There was a waitress at Pizza Hut that my friends and I just had a crush on. And there was also a girl that cut hair at Ingram Park Mall back in the day, downstairs by the Sears.
Yeah.
Where we would all line up just for her. Like, next in line? No, we want her. We want her. That was funny, dude. One of my friends actually dated her.
Really?
Good for him, man. He's a good man. He's a good man. Joe, who are the guest hosts for the rest of the week?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna reach out to Dyer, of course, my boy Fernandez. I'm gonna reach out to Matt Lerma. I got somebody else I might reach out to. I haven't talked with my friend in quite some time. We keep in contact behind the scenes, and I want to say nothing because he has a prominent name, and I don't want to put him on the spot. But I'll reach out to him and see what's up.
Sam Salinas saying, "How funny! We went full circle. We started with X-Files. David Duchovny was in Red Shoe Diaries.
God, man,
he read the letters from all the horny women." Cook says it's like going to Ojos. Do I look or not? I don't got a girlfriend, but still out of respect, sometimes I don't look.
Nah, bro, fuck that. You're on your own. You're with the boys. You're gonna look, man.
JHNSB, was that the Pizza Hut where you got the teenager fired? Mike, no. This Pizza Hut that I was looking at was Ingram Road near Callahan back in the day. Tony Nell says, I've never seen the movie Election with Matthew Broderick and Reese Witherspoon.
That was
that any
funny,
good?
dude.
That was pretty good.
That one was funny, dude.
In fact, my daughter Gabby mentioned that movie the other day. That was one of the movies she wanted to watch. That was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I can't wait to get Gabby in here so we can have her on the show and we can talk like millennial kind of stuff.
Let's do a pop culture segment with her as well.
With her, yeah, that'd be great, dude.
Joe, I'm gonna be somewhere in paradise tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let me look at my itinerary. Joe, this is a
What time you leaving?
dude. I leave out of Houston at 6 a.m. So I gotta drive tonight. Let me see here. Screenshots here. I think my flight's at 6. I think I land in Atlanta around 8. I have like an hour and a half long layover, and then I think I land in the Caribbean in Barbados, which is not even the Caribbean. It's basically Venezuela.
You should send a picture.
3:30.
Text me a picture so I can show what Barbados looks like from the beach or something for the viewers.
Yeah, I have
put
nothing,
it on the.
I have nothing planned, dude. I have nothing planned as far as like when we get out there. Are we gonna hang at the beach? I don't know.
Just don't show me no pictures of your feet, there, man.
Oh no, dude! You're gonna see the sun.
No.
You're gonna see the sunrise and my feet there with a bottle of beer. What beer do they serve in Barbados?
About to find out.
So they sent me a thing in the an email saying
all inclusive.
Saying all inclusive. They said we're gonna stock your fridge with whatever alcohol and drinks you want. What do
Fireball.
you want? Well, they gave me a list, and you know what wasn't on the list was whiskey.
Really? Maybe because they have rum or something over there.
Yeah, so I put down rum, vodka, and I put down beer and wine. Instead of saying, Chris, 2 tickets to paradise. I'm excited, dude.
You know what? Are you going to go ahead and do the parasailing?
I've done that before. It's kind of scary.
No,
I liked
shit.
it.
It's
I liked
scary,
it.
dude.
It was scary though.
I mean, it looks all fun and games until they pick you up and you're up there and you're like, and then they start letting the line out a little more.
Yeah. So yesterday I had my divorce mediation.
Yeah.
All I gotta say, one word: the audacity. The audacity of that meeting. I was pissed by the end of it, man.
Really?
I was pissed.
They slipping in some new stuff or what?
Oh my goodness, dude! The audacity.
No, God.
The audacity. And then my quips, because I'm a bit of a dick if I have to be.
Yeah.
Some of my quips were funny.
God, you were laughing at yourself.
I was laughing. Yeah, my attorney was giving that look of like face palming, but he's also smiling.
It's like, man, let's just get it done.
Yeah. But I had to take this trip, man, because people are asking the question, well, why are you going on this trip? It's because I put money down as a deposit a while back, and I kept delaying. That's the euphoria you get whenever you go to these like sandals resorts.
Yeah.
Is you love it so much, then they go up to you and they go, we'll give you a 25% discount on the next sandals vacation as long as you leave this much down.
Yeah.
So you leave that much down. And then before you know it, they're taking out $100 a month, right? And they reached out to me. They're like, sir, you need to take this trip in 2024. I was like, oh, shit.
Forgot.
And I've already given you money.
Yeah.
So let's just go. So that's kind of how it all went. So going to Barbados.
Yeah, I'm looking to plan my trip for my birthday. I'm looking to go to Florida, dude.
Oh, really? What part of Florida?
I'm going to go to Orlando. I'm actually going to go and hang out with some buddies of mine. You know, we're going to go to Disney because I want to go ahead and take them to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
So we're going to hang out there. I'll probably invite the Heffit too, man. I'm going to see what I do.
Very nice. Hey, put my number up there real fast.
Yeah.
210-508-0369. That is my cell phone number. I have a financial practice where I handle people's investments and insurances. So if you have a desire or you have an existing Roth IRA, traditional IRA, if you have a small business that needs to provide retirement planning for their employees, life insurance, disability, long-term care. I've been doing it for 19 years. I restarted my practice about 5 years ago. You can go to brokercheck.org, look up Michael Jimenez in San Antonio, and you'll see I have 0 disclosures, which means that no one has ever filed a complaint against me. And I've been doing this for quite some time. So reach out at me and I'll get back in touch with you and we'll do some financial stuff, man. Do some financial stuff. I'm an independent. So people ask, who do you work for? Kind of work for myself.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done. Well, I got to get back to work. Have a good week, Joe.
Yeah, you too.
We will get back. I'll be back in town next week. Again, thank you to all the guest hosts that will be coming in the next few days or so. Maybe I'll chime in from over there. Send me a link. Maybe I'll jump in.
Yeah, look at this. They're saying Alex Noriega says, try a Banks beer in Barbados, Mike. Enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Gonna hang out with the Chica.
Yeah.
Everyone have a fantastic week. We'll be back tomorrow. The show will be back tomorrow here at the Alamo City Sportscast, and get us to 2,000. We're 80 shy. Get us to 2,000. Let's make it happen.
It's gonna happen. You got to, like I said, when you're in Barbados, where are we gonna have this party? That's your job. That's all you got to think about.
Let's do it.
Yep.
All right, fellas. See you guys. Wish me luck.
All right.